will be House Bill 913. We'll give you a explanation of this bill, and then I'll take questions if there are any. This is a bill that deals with meat labeling and the regulations that deal with that before. Therefore, just an act to provide for labeling requirements for meat and meat substitute products. That way we can prevent any customer confusion. This would also prohibit food processing plants and retail and food establishments from offering for sale or sale of a food product that is misbranded as a meat product. We're not saying they can't sell the product. We're just saying they can't sell the meat. This is very similar to what we see with the milk products, as they're called. You hear soy milk or almond milk, and in fact, they are not a milk. So we want to help our meat industry in that instance. Go through a few sections with you. It also says that it deals with the labeling of how it's printed on the container's packaging must be clear. There's some definitions that deal with the cultivated food protein. Basically, if it's an insect protein food, it would be labeled as that, not as a meat. Plant proteins, food products would be labeled as that, as plant protein products, not as a meat product. Talks about the display of that and how they would have to keep the authenticity, of the meat or the non-meat products. And it would also just say that the food establishments, it just defines them a little more in how they would carry out this. So now I'll entertain any questions if there are any. Senator?
So on section 4, we talk about the penalties here. Is there a reason that we're just saying that the department may issue a stop order? Or are we just, because my only concern is maybe we should be saying that you shall, once you've determined it's misbranded, you shall issue a stop order and can move with this process. Because I feel like there's a little discretion in that. $196 is the line. I'm just saying out there.
196 in section 4.
Not as concerned about whether it can be sold, but I do have a concern about we should be issuing the stop order saying stop doing that. Now, if they make the determination that it's not going to really harm the public as a whole, you can sell the product and make sure it's fixed after that.
Well, the chair would be open to any amendment as far as to strengthen that. If
I would offer an amendment to change line 196 from may to shall.
You've heard the motion. Any questions on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Any further questions for a motion? Title sufficient do pass as amended. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That bill carries. Thank you. The next bill, we will go to House Bill 1006, and I will recognize Senator Berry to explain that.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. House Bill 1006. It would prohibit the manufacture, sale, or distribution of food products produced from cultured animal cells and provide penalties thereof. A couple other states have done this before, is my understanding. And kind of the key things, it defines what cultivated food products are. That's any food product produced from cultured animal cells. Makes it unlawful to manufacture, sell, distribute those products in Mississippi. It provides misdemeanor penalties, a fine up to $500, and it empowers the Department of Agriculture and Commerce to regulate and adopt the rules. And I can go into further detail about how products are cultivated from meat sales if anyone is interested. That is my explanation, Mr. Chair.
Bill?
I do this. I do think there's a grammatical problem on line 90. I think there's the word "be" was omitted on that.
That's correct, and thank you for reminding me. I was out of breath from coming up from 2 and forgot that. So let me get to the right spot here. That's right. So on line 90, it should be shall not be. We need to insert be behind the not on line 90. So it reads, from which it is derived, shall not be manufactured or sold within the state. All,
All in favor? Opposed? That motion carries. Any further discussion on the bill? Or a motion?
title sufficient, do pass as amended.
Motion is title sufficient to pass as amended. All in favor? Opposed? That bill carries. We'll now go to House Bill 1295. This is the companion bill to the agritourism bill that we passed earlier in the session. This is a bill that comes to us from the Department of Agriculture dealing with our agritourism industry that is growing every day in the state of Mississippi, and we're excited about that. And this is basically just a deregulation bill dealing with the warning signs. Right now, there is an exorbitant number of warning signs that are required to be posted, and this just brings that down to one clearly defined warning sign. It exhibits and it states clearly what would be on the warning sign. So we're just simply simplifying this process for our agritourism individuals in the state. And I'll open the floor to any questions. See no questions for a motion. Motion is title sufficient, do pass. All in favor? Opposed? That bill carries. The final bill we'll have will be House Bill 1296, and I will recognize Senator Berry to explain.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This bill is a identical bill to one we passed earlier, a Senate bill. It just deals with the terminology and of plant biostimulants, beneficial substance, and amending an ingredient. You remember that. I think Senator Hill had some questions about what was what on that bill last time, and it was just the difference between the soil amendment or a plant biostimulant really boils down to the method of application. But it is, again, the same bill that we've already passed. So motion at the proper time.
Is there any discussion on the bill? Any questions? For a motion? Motion is title sufficient to pass. All in favor? Opposed? That bill carries. For motion? Rise and for it.